If you want to buy a new Prebuilt PC that's going to be reliable, it's going to give you good performance at your favorite resolution, and is also on sale, this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best Prebuilt PCs for 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution that right now are on a President's Day sale, and let me tell you, some of these Prebuilt PCs have the best discounts I've ever seen. All the links to these PCs will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first PC, we have this Nebula from Amazon going for $850. If you're looking for a gaming PC that's capable of 1080p ultra settings for under $1,000, this PC is for you. It comes with the i5-13400F, which is an amazing CPU for 1080p or even 1440p resolution, depending on the GPU that you pair the CPU with. And then for the GPU, we have the RTX 4060, which is a very capable 1080p ultra settings gaming graphics card. You can also use it for 1440p 60 plus FPS on average, on high to ultra settings depending on the game that you are playing. For you to have an idea, on a 12 frame average from TechSpot at 1080p on ultra settings, and I'm talking about very high demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077, the RTX 4060 was able to average 90 FPS, which means that you are going to get a very smooth experience at 1080p. And if you want to play easy to run games, you will be able to achieve 240 plus FPS on average with no issues. So if you're looking for a 240Hz monitor and you are also looking to get a budget PC under $1,000, this one is ideal for you. It's not on sale, but the price is so good that I had to include it. With the next one, we have the Skytech Siege 4. This one has the i7-12700F and the NVIDIA RTX 4070 Ti for the GPU. Then you get 16 gigs of DDR4 memory, a 1TB SSD, and a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler to cool down our Intel i7. The price for this one is $1,570 and you are getting an amazing 1440p gaming performance, and you can also play at 4K resolution with no issues, 60 plus FPS on average. I currently have the RTX 4070 Ti on my system and I play at 1440p, and I literally never had an issue when it comes to gaming, no matter how demanding the game is. I even play Flight Simulator sometimes and I average over 70 FPS at 1440p ultra settings. In fact, on a 12 frame average, as I mentioned before, high demanding titles on high to ultra settings, the RTX 4070 Ti was able to average 116 FPS at 1440p resolution. If you want to play easier to run titles, you can also expect 240 plus FPS on average, but this time at 1440p resolution instead of 1080p. Also, the 4070 Ti is very capable of ray tracing, so if you want to play with ray tracing on, you will be getting amazing performance, and if you want to higher the resolution to 4K, you can use DLSS to achieve higher FPS, which is the NVIDIA upscaler, and it works perfectly fine. The price at $1,570 is hard to beat for a Prebuilt PC with the RTX 4070 Ti. If you are looking to play at 4K ultra settings, I would recommend you getting the Skytech Chronos. This one is going for $2,130, so it's a high-end system, but you are getting the AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX for the GPU and the Ryzen 7 7700X for the CPU. You also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is not going to be necessary for our Ryzen 7 by the way, but if you decide to upgrade the CPU down the line, this will help you out. And then we have an 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply. To be honest, this is the perfect system for 4K resolution at about $2,000, and this is the cheapest Prebuilt PC I've ever seen with the RX 7900 XTX in the entire market. On that same 12 frame average I've been mentioning throughout this video, but this time at 4K resolution, the RX 7900 XTX was able to average 93 FPS and is the second fastest GPU in the entire market in terms of rasterized performance, only below the RTX 4090, which is a much more expensive GPU. And as I said before, if you turn on the upscaler, which in this case is FSR from AMD, you can expect well over 100 FPS on average at 4K ultra settings, or if you lower the graphics settings to high instead of ultra. In terms of easy to run titles, as the ones I've mentioned before, you will be able to achieve 240 plus FPS on average competitive settings, but this time at 4K resolution. Honestly, this is one of the best price to performance high-end Prebuilt PCs I've ever seen. You can also use it for 1440p resolution right now, even though I think it's an overkill, and then you can upgrade to 4K down the line if you want to. And if you want the best of the best, I'm going to give you a bonus PC in the HP Omen 45L. This one is going for $3,200, so very expensive, but you get the i9 13900K and the RTX 4090, And remember what I said before, the RTX 4090 is the fastest GPU in the entire market, both in terms of rasterized performance and in terms of ray tracing performance. This PC is not only great for gaming, but it's also amazing for content creation and productivity work, even though I recommend you upgrading to 32 gigs of RAM if you're going to be doing content creation or doing productivity tasks. Anyway, on that 12M average I've been mentioning throughout this video, the RTX 4090 was able to average 112 FPS, being the #1 GPU in the chart. Anyway, in the description you will have cheaper PCs than 800 bucks and also more expensive systems than $3,000 in case you are a creator and you need more than this Omen 45L, or you just have more money to spend and you want to spend it all. So there's an option for everyone. And if you're looking for a high-end Prebuilt PC instead and you want more details, I highly recommend you watching my video on the best high-end Prebuilt gaming PCs. You will have that video in the top right of the screen, and I go over higher budgets, explaining to you the exact level of performance that you will get with each one of them. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.